around him. And it's, you know, it's not that he was throwing fits and kicking over C-stands and, you know, throwing boxes around or anything.
At 71, legendary filmmaker and former child star Ron Howard is finally opening up about something fans have been curious about for decades. The actors who have inspired him the most throughout his remarkable journey in Hollywood.
In this particular case, we're going along, doing the physical, and they're doing the blood test.
From his early days on The Andy Griffith Show to directing masterpieces like Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and Rush, Ron has collaborated with some of the greatest talents in the industry. But now he's revealing the 10 actors he personally admires the most. The performers whose dedication, honesty, depth, and artistic courage have left a lasting impact on him.
Selected his project, and it's sold. Kind of an amazing story.
Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to stay updated with more incredible Hollywood stories, legends, and rare revelations just like this one. 10. Tom Hanks. When Ron Howard talks about Tom Hanks, there's an unmistakable warmth in his voice, a genuine respect that goes far beyond their professional collaborations. Tom isn't just one of Ron's favorite actors. He's one of the most important creative partners of his life. Their journey began with Splash in 1984. When Hanks was still rising in Hollywood, Ron immediately recognized something special, a rare combination of charm, authenticity, and emotional honesty. What impressed Ron most was Tom's ability to make every character feel deeply real, whether he's portraying a stranded castaway, a heroic soldier, or an ordinary man caught in extraordinary circumstances. Hanks always brings an emotional truth that resonates with audiences. Ron saw this firsthand while filming Apollo 13 and The Da Vinci Code, where Tom's professionalism and humanity set the tone for the entire production. 9. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is an actor whose power, intensity, and emotional depth have left a lasting mark on Ron Howard. Their collaboration on A Beautiful Mind wasn't just successful, it became one of the most defining moments of both of their careers. Ron often says that casting Russell was the key to unlocking the entire movie. What struck Ron about Russell was his ability to immerse himself completely in a role. He didn't just play John Nash, he became him. Russell spent countless hours studying mannerisms, movements, and the internal struggles of a man living with schizophrenia. His performance was so transformative that crew members often forgot they were watching an actor. They were witnessing a living, breathing interpretation of a complex human being. 8. Cate Blanchett. To Ron Howard, Cate Blanchett represents pure artistic brilliance, an actress capable of transforming into any character with astonishing precision. Ron has always praised her unmatched versatility. One moment she's playing royalty, the next she's portraying a troubled, broken soul with raw emotional honesty. Her ability to disappear into a role is something Ron deeply admires. Ron once said that Cate possesses X-ray storytelling, a way of revealing layers of truth beneath the surface of a character. Whether she's performing in intimate dramas or large-scale epics, she brings a meticulous attention to detail that very few actors can match. She studies dialects, posture, emotional rhythm, and psychological depth until the character feels fully realized. 7. Paul Giamatti. Ron Howard has always had a soft spot for character-driven actors, and Paul Giamatti sits at the very top of that list. For Ron, Giamatti is the definition of authenticity, an actor who brings everyday humanity to every performance. He doesn't rely on glamour or theatrics. Instead, he channels real emotion, vulnerability, and truth. Ron's admiration for Paul grew even stronger while working together on Cinderella Man. Giamatti's portrayal of manager Joe Gould earned him an Oscar nomination. But Ron knew the brilliance was evident long before the awards season. Paul had the rare ability to balance humor, heartbreak, loyalty, and fiery intensity, all within a single character arc. What impressed Ron most was Giamatti's commitment to nuance. He cares deeply about emotional precision, making sure every line, gesture, and expression supports the story. Ron often describes Paul as an actor who never fakes a moment. 6. Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is an actor Ron Howard admires for his fearlessness and creative unpredictability. To Ron, Keaton represents the perfect blend of sharp intelligence and emotional spontaneity. He brings a unique energy to every character, a spark that makes even the simplest scene unforgettable. Ron loves how Keaton approaches acting like a craftsman. He studies scripts deeply, searching for character motivations that others might overlook. Whether he's playing a comedic role, a complex anti-hero, or a deeply emotional character, Keaton chooses bold, inventive ways to express human behavior. Ron particularly appreciates Keaton's ability to shift between comedy and drama effortlessly. Few actors can deliver rapid-fire humor in one moment and heartbreaking sincerity in the next, but Keaton does it flawlessly. His performances in films like Birdman, Spotlight, and The Founder prove that he's constantly evolving, refusing to be boxed into one category 5. Glenn Close. Ron Howard considers Glenn Close one of the most powerful and emotionally fearless actresses he has ever encountered. For Ron, Glenn stands in a league of her own, a performer who brings intensity, elegance, and psychological depth to every role she undertakes. What Ron admires most is Glenn's precision. She approaches acting with the focus of a master sculptor, carving out emotional detail with incredible care. Whether she's portraying a ruthless antagonist or a fragile, wounded character, Glenn brings authenticity that resonates deeply with audiences. Ron praises her discipline and professionalism, qualities he values greatly. On set, Glenn is known for her preparation, arriving fully immersed in her character, yet open to collaboration. She doesn't chase attention or rely on theatrics. Instead, she uses quiet emotional power to command the screen. 4. Kurt Russell. Ron Howard has praised Kurt Russell for decades, calling him one of the most underrated, yet consistently brilliant actors in Hollywood. To Ron, Kurt represents old-school movie star charisma, blended with modern emotional depth, a combination that makes him endlessly compelling on screen. Ron admires Russell's versatility. One moment he delivers tough, rugged action, the next he brings warmth, humor, or emotional vulnerability. His performance in Backdraft, directed by Ron, showcased Kurt's full range, from heroic confidence to internal conflict and raw emotion. Ron often mentions that Russell didn't just play a firefighter, he understood the heart of one. Kurt's work ethic is another quality Ron deeply respects. He's reliable, prepared, and fully committed to telling the story the right way. There's no ego, just a genuine love for filmmaking that Ron finds inspiring. 3. Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster is an actress Ron Howard admires on both an artistic and personal level. To Ron, Jodie embodies what it means to be a true storyteller, someone who brings intelligence, emotional courage, and meticulous craft to every performance. Ron respects her longevity and evolution. From a child actor to an Oscar-winning legend, Jodie has never stopped challenging herself. He admires how she chooses roles that force audiences to think, feel, and confront difficult truths. What captivates Ron most is Jodie's emotional intelligence. She brings layers of complexity to her characters, whether she's portraying strength, fear, resilience, or moral conflict. Performances like The Silence of the Lambs, Taxi Driver, and Contact demonstrate her profound ability to communicate emotion with just a glance. 2. Denzel Washington. Ron Howard has described Denzel Washington as one of the most commanding actors he has ever watched. To Ron, Denzel represents excellence, a performer who brings strength, dignity, and emotional fire to every role. What Ron admires most is Denzel's presence. He doesn't just enter a scene, he transforms it. With a single expression or subtle shift in tone, Denzel can convey power, vulnerability, righteousness, or internal turmoil. His performances feel monumental, yet deeply human. Ron often talks about Denzel's dedication to understanding the psychological core of his characters. He studies motivations, emotional triggers, and personal wounds, crafting performances that feel truthful and lived in. Whether playing a heroic figure or a deeply flawed man, Denzel brings authenticity that few actors can match. 1. Ed Harris. Ed Harris holds a special place in Ron Howard's heart, especially due to their collaboration on Apollo 13. Ron praises Ed for his intensity, authenticity, and ability to deliver emotionally charged performances without ever overacting. To Ron, Ed Harris is the definition of a dedicated actor. He brings laser-focused precision to every role, studying the smallest details to ensure emotional truth. When Ed steps into character, he commits with full force. Whether portraying real-life heroes, conflicted leaders, or deeply emotional roles, Ron was particularly moved by Ed's portrayal of Gene Kranz. Harris captured not just the technical expertise of NASA's flight director, but the emotional weight, leadership, and responsibility of a man guiding a team through crisis. Ron believed Ed didn't just play Kranz, he honored him. Off camera, Ron appreciates Ed's no-nonsense approach, integrity, and passion for storytelling. He doesn't chase fame or glamour, he simply loves the craft. For Ron Howard, Ed Harris represents everything great about acting: discipline, honesty, emotional depth, and unwavering respect for the story.